Alright guys, welcome back sports fans. Yes, tonight we are going to see the 2016 Ice Brew 600. Yep, we're going to be going into mile 80 here guys, and we're going to pass on through probably around to the next pit stop, which should be around mile 170. So sit back, relax, strap on in here, get your seatbelt ready here. As you guys can see, the very quick, very exciting match is about to get ready to start here as they are coming out of the pit row here with Julie Justice making a very quick move against, I believe it was, I think it was Wayne Montana, or Tom Rossi, I apologize, Tom Rossi, who just could not overtake, or I guess defend, Julie Justice's move. So let's get right to it here guys, as we of course welcome you back here to the Ice Brew 600. Alright, so let's get those dice ready here and get them rolling here. And now I know the last time we played, we had a lot of problems and a lot of quick action. Of course, this is a race that's very short here, so let's get to it here because, of course, there is some very fast action for sure. So 4, we're going to go over to the we're going to go over to the middle group here, and 4 here as well, which means we are going to go to trouble here, guys. Now, trouble's handled a little bit differently, of course, so we actually have to go and find here what we're going to be doing for trouble here. And with there being trouble, what that means is that we're actually going to go through each individual racer here and check their escape and see if they can get out of the event that occurred here. That's going to actually pick up a lot of these racers here, possibly. You never know. So I think I'll make sure real quick here. We're going to go, let's see here. Roll 2 and have dice for each racer in the given group. So it's going to be the middle group here. And then, let's see here. So I don't think we're actually, there's no like way of, I guess you're just going to go through the top to the bottom, or it doesn't matter which way you go because you're always just going to roll the dice. So let's roll real quick here. So the escape is what we're going for. So rolling for Randy Kendrick here, who has a 10 escape. And so he does escape the issue there. And his, of course, if it's basically he's good to go. So he escaped it, so he's fine. So he's avoided the event. And we're going to move on to Monica Merrick here, who has an escape of 7. And she rolled a 7, so we're good to go there. So move on to the next one there. So it's 7 or less over there. So 6 is what we rolled here. And Kurt Bryson has a 9, so he's good to go there. Okay, a 7 escape here. He rolled a 7, so Carrie is good. Mooch Thomas is our next guy here. 6, his escape is a 9. All right, Francisco Segovia, that's a 4, so he's good to go. Okay, so it wasn't that big of a trouble here. So 2 for Corey Wallace has an 8, so we're good to go there. Ed Swanson, he rolled a 4, which is very, very close there. Ed Swanson has a 4 escape here. Mike Dawson with a 8, and that's a 10 here, guys. So Mike Dawson now has to roll here for his trouble area here. Now, a third of 28. Let's think here. So a third of that would be, let's see, boy, is that 9 laps? Or 9 turns, so we're still in the first third just by 1 or 2 turns here. So Mike Dawson, because he has a C rating for his pit crew, he has to roll a 9 or better to even stay in the match here essentially, and he will be C here, so 10. No, Mike Dawson, folks, he just got a new sponsor. He was trying out a new car here, guys. The 22 Chevy here. It had a Home Depot sponsor, but got rid of it. And it looks like Mike Dawson is actually out of the event because of the trouble incident that occurred. Probably somebody smashed somebody here up ahead. And let's see what happens later on. But Mike Dawson is the first, and of course the first for sure, of the TV drivers to actually exit the race early. That's never good, guys. So we have a space we're going to have to actually fill here, as he will not finish. And as we go through here, guys, we'll actually finish and fill in the gaps here afterwards. But let's go on to the next one here. So that's a 4 for Stu Urich, who has a 9 escape. Donnie Schrupp, who has a escape of a 7, so he rolled, or he or she, whatever it is, I think it's a she or he, so he rolled a 9, so he's actually going to have to roll his C rating, so he has to roll a 9 or better here. And he does, he rolls an 8, so he's good to go, but his car was collected in that event there. That was a little bit of a sketchy situation there, so he will be out, but he'll be back out into the bottom of the group there. So we'll be filling in some racers here. So let's check out real quick here. So we have a 6, and his escape, Chris Wine, Captain America car there, is no problem. He fills in no problem there. So let's fill in the gaps real quick here, as of course We're going to be moving everybody up here in their rankings. Now, just to remember, guys, because we have a yellow flag or yellow turn here, because 2 guys got pushed away, because there's only 2 guys that did it, we're only going to give them 1 yellow flag turn, so we're not going to be too bad off here. But because it's a yellow flag turn, we actually just basically take the next one here because there's a yellow flag. If no yellow flag occurred, we'd actually roll against their gas pedal. So the first one up will be Jimmy Velasco, and then Jeff Daly Jr. is going to get back into the action there. So good for him to get back in there in the middle group, not wasting any time there, getting back in there. But let's see what we have to do next here. I don't think there's anything else at this time besides lock down our stats here that's happened. And that, my friends, was an absolutely troublesome turn there for the Mike Dawson team there in the 22 Chevy. And, of course, Donnie Schrupp, who probably just bumped into each other there. And we're trying to drive a little too tough here at the Ice Brew 600. Okay, here we go, lap, or turn number 80 here, or 90, I suppose, here. So 4, that'll be the middle group again, and then a 6, which will be heat. So let's roll for our heat checks here, guys. And heat checks are going to be in this middle group here. So no heat, so Randy Kendrick will be our heat driver here. So 6, so that's an automatic fail, so he won't be checking here. So heat. Let's see here. So Mooch Thomas here with the heat check here. 5. He has a 4 gas pedal, so he also failed as well. So real quick. So Francisco Segovia, who has double heat here. Hey, he failed his first one because he rolled a 6 red. So his gas pedal is too small for that one here. And then let's roll again because he has a double trait there. So that means he's able to get double opportunity there. So he rolled a 1 red, which means he passes. And he's going to try to go against Evan Utek. So let's look at Evan. So he has to get a 3 here. So Evan has 1 brake bonus because he was there, so he fails that, but he can use performance boost, which he will. He will use the performance boost to win the race or win the challenge there. So Francisco Segovia will sit in the middle group because he challenged the wrong guy there in the Cheerios 16 Chevy. All right, so let's keep going through here. Anybody else who has heat? So Chris Wine has heat. Let's see how he does here. Okay, 1 red. He will pass through that one, no problem. And then a 6 is going to go over to Cam Croyle, who has to make a 4. So he has 1 heat because he has the quality, 2 for having a burst quality, and then 3 for brake. Unfortunately, it looks like Chris Wine here passes by Cam Croyle here for that spot there. So it looks like with all the heat action there after that disastrous 10-mile stretch there for a couple racers, the heat is on for Chris Wine as he kind of pushes himself up to the top group in the top 7. Let's roll one more time for the next turn here as we go through to the 100th lap, or 100th mile. I always keep saying lap here, but 100th mile. So let's roll that here real quick. Okay, 1 here, guys. That'll go over the top group for sure. And then 4 doubles. So that's going to change it up just a little bit. We'll check out what's going to happen here. So the doubles are 4. That equals 4, so it's going to be trouble. So we're going to have a trouble, and because we rolled doubles, it means we also have a problem as well. So I like to do the problem at the end. The reason being is we've already raced a little bit. It kind of creates a little bit of excitement. But with this one, I actually will do the problem first, and the reason being is because I want to be able to fix everything. So like the problem can cause the trouble, I guess you'd say. That kind of gives us a little bit more of like a scenario, or I guess you'd say a storyline to what happened in the trouble. So let's do the problem first here. So we have to do that first. So let's roll here. So let's see. So that's going to be here. And then we're going to roll the red and white die here to find the trouble real quick here for the top group. So red die indicates the specific top and group. And then let's see here. So red die. So we're going to use red die here. Red die says 4. So 4 is going to be Wayne Montana. Uh-oh. Wayne Montana, a guy who has led the race here for quite some time, actually, here. But Julie Justice has started to make a comeback here, guys, with the amount of actual laps led here. So let's see what happens here in the problem finder as we roll for Wayne Montana here. So that's a 12. 1, 2, so 12. And that says cooling problem. A roll for repair. Oh no. So he's not able to get back that action there as it's gotten a little too heated down there on the track there in the Northern Lights Motordrome. So let's roll here for his repair. So trouble's right here, and we are in the second or the middle third here, guys, now because we passed by the 90th mile. So right here we're going to see his pit crew is an A. So 90th mile means, or middle third for A means 9. So let's roll a 9 real quick here. See what happens. Okay, so 7. So he was able to get out of the trouble there, no problem. But because of the problem that he had there, and I rolled on the trouble, and I apologize. I rolled on the problem. It's the same as a 9. So in case you guys were wondering, 9 and then 9. So it's the same. So he does pass by, but because it's a problem that he has, he will have to actually go into the bottom area. He will have to go down there, and that was a matter of fact, no matter what, he has to do that. But before we go into the trouble area, we do need to fill in the gap, because we can't actually we can't have a 5th spot not actually be filled. So let's do that real quick here. So let's fill in the gap real quick, and that I'm not going to actually cause for a yellow flag, and the reason why is I don't think just that reasoning will cause a yellow flag, but let's check and see what happens here, because of the fact we haven't actually finished the actual turn here. And let's see. So Sunny Wine, because there may not be a yellow flag, there may be with the trouble. Let's actually just play it like we will have a yellow flag, because a race cooling, that's not going to cause it. That's not going to cause a yellow flag. But because of Wayne Montana driving off, veering off, taking off the turn there, he might actually cause what's going to happen to the top group here, guys. Because now, because of the trouble, we actually have to roll against each of the top group guys. Because we picked the top group in the beginning, we have to roll for them and see if they escape the trouble that was, of course, Wayne Montana's engine overheating there. Okay, let's start off real quick here with Cam Croyle, who's now back in the top 7 here after that little bit of a maneuver here. So his escape of 9, he rolls a 6, so he's good to go. Chris Wine, who just joined in as well the last 10 miles here, that's a 6, and his escape is a 10. Billy Barrett, escape is an 8, and rolled a 5, so we're good to go there. And escape is a 9 here, and let's see here, 5. Pete McAtee with an escape of 10. So there was a little bit of a cutout there, guys. I apologize. My baby's in the other room there, and looks like Dad's actually taking care of both of them here while I record. So I apologize there. But yeah, let's see here. I think I left off with Pete McAtee rolling an 8. And he has an escape of 10. So the last one's going to be Evan Utek here. Escape of 7 here. And he rolls a 7. So he has also gotten away with that. And Julie Justice is in the top group as well. So Julie Justice needs to roll here, and he rolls a 2. So no one here, guys, in the top group is collected into that. So I'm not sure. I think I will give it a yellow turn here for us, because we have to. And because of that, we will have to skip that turn there, and we'll give it a yellow one there for us as well. So had a yellow, and then raced 1, and then had a yellow as well. So guys, we're going to be going into the 120th mile here, as we of course see the end here for this stretch of time, as Wayne Montana got dropped from the top group down to the bottom. Wow, guys, some people were picking him to win this race. With that being said, everything all done, everybody all set and ready to go here, guys. Problem and trouble in the last 10 miles. Let's roll again here and see what happens here. This is absolutely a monster race here. I do believe this one almost feels like the Dover race, the monster over at Dover. So 4 is where we're going to go to, so that's going to be the middle group here. And then a 7 there, guys. So that'll be reflex. So now, as these guys up here in the top group here are having all these problems, it looks like the middle group here will be having to deal with all the shrapnel and things like that. So after that yellow flag turn there, they're going to be making some moves to try to see and make sure they get themselves out of the way. So let's go through as we go through the whole entire group here in the middle and see what happens as we go into the 120th mile marker here. So reflex, we're looking for reflex. So Monica Merrick is the first one here. So that's 555 there. Okay, so if we roll a triple, guys, that does actually cause something here. Let's check out what happens here for our triples here for Monica Merrick. With a Monica Merrick's triple, or Monica Merrick here, 555 here, we're actually going to have to go to the problem here, a problem finder. And the problem finder, because it is Monica Merrick, we know that's that one, right? So we're actually have to go to the problem finder here and roll and see what happens here that's going to cause it. We actually forget about the challenge for sure, and we go right over to here for this one. So 46 is what we rolled here. So that says to us here, smacks wall, internal damage, roll for repair. Yikes. So looks like she's going to hit the wall real hard here, guys. Let's see here. So we went into I think it was a problem, right? So we're going to have to roll there. And she's in the middle third with a B rating. So that's going to be a 7 or less. and Joel's 11, guys. So wow, Monica Merrick slams into the wall, guys. No more bumping, no nothing. Could not reflex itself out, and Monica Merrick will be out of the race as well. That's 2 drivers here in this very hot feud here, guys. And she will join Mike Dawson in the center area there, as she's going to talk it over with her crew chief to figure out what happened there that caused her to not disqualify, but just not finish there. So that is terrible news for her, and I'm kind of curious whether or not that's actually going to cause us to do a a yellow flag, because she slams into the wall and then has to go off, and she's kind of rolling off and can't repair her. I'm going to say that absolutely is the case here, and it's going to cause a yellow flag for a yellow flag turn there, and that will stop all the rest of the challenges for everyone else, and that'll just move up the next driver, who's Scott Steckel. And we're going to go into the 140th mile here after Monica Merrick has lost the race essentially by slamming into the wall after a vicious cycle that came through in this last 10-mile turn. So guys, this race is getting very heated, very fast, really. Let's see what happens here on the last, I guess you'd say, 40 miles before we go into the pit row. Okay, so the drivers are all set. The lead car has gotten out of the way here. We're going to roll for the 140-mile stretch here. So middle group here, guys, 4, and that's a 9. So that will be TV. So there's 2 TV drivers here, so great for them. Let's roll and see if they're going to make any moves here. So I would love to see if Carrie or Stu can make the moves here after a great victory for Stu here. Let's roll for Carrie first, of course. So 5. He has a 4, so he won't make any moves, unfortunately. But Stu here, let's see if he's going to roll here and make any moves. 4 red, that absolutely looks like a possibility. And then he's going to go into the 5 car, or the 6th spot there with Chris Wine here, who has to have a 2. Now 2 means he has 1 burst brake, right, already burst, and then he has a bonus burst, which really is terrible for Stu, because if it was anybody else that didn't have it, like a Billy Brett, or honestly, I guess it's just if Billy Brett was there, he would have possibly moved into the top 7, but as for right now, the revving the engines and getting away from the lead car there has left Stu Urich there in 8th place. So the race is starting to get set here as the TV drivers are starting to make their moves here, which makes all the fans very excited. But let's go to the next 10-mile stretch here, guys, as the cars are starting to make their turns around to make big moves, and big moves they will, as it's going to be a duel here, guys, which we already have some feuding drivers. Let's check and see what happens here. Okay, so duel here, guys, and then 8. So 8 is what we're going to go to, which is the number 6 cars in middle group. So these guys right here. So it looks like they're going to be dueling here. Now let's see if they're going to make a move here. This is absolutely time where they kind of make a move to get themselves above here. Now with the duel, if they pass, they will get a performance chip and move up. And the next car, whoever loses, has to do a escape or a problem check. So let's check it out here, guys, as we kind of run through it here. Scott Steckel, who is he going to go up against here? Now, he knows Billy Brett is the weak link of that top group, so he's going to go after him for sure here. So let's roll the dice here for it. I think with the dual dice, we just roll here and see if he passes that die check for his gas pedal. And he does. So Scott Steckel does pass the dice check here to go up against Billy Brett here. And Billy, of course, is going to have to then make a check to escape that action, which, of course, is going to be an 8. And if he does, he'll stay in that 19th spot, I suppose. Okay, so that's a 12. Oh, man, no, Billy Brett. No, that's terrible. So let's see here. I just want to make sure I'm doing it right here with the duel. So it looks like it's going to be a trouble result. So yes, so he has to roll a trouble result. And don't forget, I almost forgot there, Scott Steckel is going to get a performance chip there. So good for him there. But with that being said, he has to resolve, he has to do the gas pedal and then has to do a trouble result, resulting in that, so he has to escape, and then if necessary, repair rating. So Billy Brett's going to move down here and be waiting to see if by chance he's going to do a result here. So let's see here. He has a B rating for his repair, and for a trouble result right now in the middle, that's an 8. So let's check it out here. 8 or less. He rolls a 9, folks. Another one has bit the dust as Billy Brett spins out, folks. Spins out and cannot handle it, and he is forced out of there. This is getting very heated, guys. Now, Sonny Swain is the next one here. Now, I'm gonna write down that little notation that Billy Brett is out of the race here. Now remember, Billy Brett started at the 5th spot, so that's already 3 drivers out because of the fact that they could not repair the maneuvers that they've been making here on this very tight, basically almost a half-mile length course, which is a great little track here. But let's check it out here as Sonny Swain. And I apologize, guys. I have a little bit of a congestion here when it gets a little too hot here and it gets a little humid here in Florida. So I apologize if I'm sniffing a lot, and I don't want it to kind of annoy you guys when I'm talking here. But let's roll here for Sonny Swain. As we see, he will be going up against somebody here, and I think I'm going to choose. Let's see here. Let's put him up against. He wants to go for Cam Croyle. So let's see if Cam Croyle will make a move back here. So it looks like Sonny Swain had a 3 and he has a 4 gas pedal, so that's a yes to him moving. So Cam Croyle is going to move down to 18th position, and he will get a performance chip for doing that, so good on him for that. And then on top of that, we will then have to roll here for his escape to see if he has to roll his trouble dice as well. Wow, guys, I couldn't have rolled that worse. 2 12s in a row. So Cam Croyle now is as well going to be collected here as 2 drivers from the 6th spot, 19th and 18th, will be trying against this one here. Now a 6. He has an A rating, which means he has, for the trouble, a 9. So he's good. So he'll stay in the race. He's just going to move to the bottom of the pack. I'm absolutely going to say that we need a yellow flag for this one. I know, guys. I'm sorry. There's a lot of yellow flags here, or yellow turns here, which means that we'll be going into the pit stop here right after this one, just because, man, this is getting really overheated, guys, and a lot of these drivers are getting out of hand almost at this point. And but nonetheless, Cam Croyle will stay in the race here, guys. So Mark Forth and Greg Carl will join the middle group here in the Ice Brew 600 as we go into the second and almost final, because there's going to be one more pit stop right before the race ends here, but almost final pit stop as we go through. Let's check out the pit stop and see what happens here during the pit stop for this little challenge we got going. Alright, so let's roll here for the pit row procedures here. And of course, we're going to look who's going to be switching sections here first. So that's a 1 and a 3. So drivers in these 2 groups here will be switching. So Mooch Thomas is going to move up there, as Stu Urich is going to move back as they kind of take their turn leaving pit row there. And then 1 and 3 on the top group as well. So Evan's going to actually move back here as Tom Rossi's going to move ahead here. Now, given, of course, guys, I apologize about that. I kind of got a little hiccup there. But Evan's going to be able to move up because he has a performance chip as long as he keeps that. Now, a 4 here, guys. A 4 on the model is going to be actually the middle group here for the fast pit. So let's check out and see who's going to have the fast pit. We have to roll these dice to see who's going to get the performance chip real quick. So fast pit, let's start right here. So this is an 11. Mark Forth has a 6, so nope. Fast pit of 3 here for Greg Carl. He rolls an 11 as well. Not again. Jeff Daly Jr. rolls a 4, and he has a fast pit of 10, so he's going to get 1. No problem for him. Jimmy Velasco has a fast pit of 3, and he rolls a 5, so no fast pit for him. Randy Kendrick rolled a 12, and he has a fast pit of 4, so nope. Okay, 5. Kurt Bryson has a fast pit of 7, so he will get a performance chip. Good for him there. Some good moves today already. Ed Swanson, he rolled a 10, fast pit of 2, so he's not going to get out of that pit quickly. Now a 9, Stu Urich has a fast pit of 8, so he will not. Francisco Segovia rolled a 3, and he has a fast pit of 6, so he will get a fast pit token there. Nice job for the performance chip. Corey Wallace has an 8, or rolled an 8, and he has a 3, so he won't get one. Kerry Casciola with the Lowe's car here, 5, or 11 here, and he has a fast pit of 4. Nope. Mooch Thomas, Dietrich's coffee car, 6 he rolled, and he has a fast pit of 6, so he will also retain a performance chip. So good for them here, guys. Let's get to the final 2 sections of the pit turn here, and we'll see what we can do here that's going to see it pushing up some different racers here. So we're going to do our middle group first and then our top group. So the highest chip versus the highest non-chip moves. So Kerry Casciola is going to move with Francisco Segovia. And then Kirk Bryson is going to sit here with Corey Wallace. And then what really sucks is Jeff Daly Jr., 17th place, is going to actually switch with Kerry as well. And Kerry's going to move all the way back. So that's not good for Kerry there. But at least he's in the middle group, still in the dance. But maybe you can't hear the music, as they say. Let's look over here in the top group here. Pete McAtee will change with Tom Rossi. And then, of course, Tom Rossi will change with Evan Utek because he has a performance chip there. And then from here, we're actually just going to keep moving him down. Tom Ross is going to have that. And then Sonny Swain will move up because he has a performance chip there. And he will also stay there. So now at this point, guys, we are all set. We are all ready. We have, at this point, everything set up for the last and final maneuver, which is, of course, the top spot leader position here. Let's see, when we roll this dice here, who's going to try and take a top spot against Julie Justice here. So that's 5 here, guys. So 5 is what we have, and that will be to Chris Wine here. Now, Chris Wine has an unchecked gas pedal check here. He has a 4, so let's roll and see what he has. He rolls a 2, so Chris Wine, folks, the Captain America 15 car, has now taken the lead here and will actually continue, or not say continue, but he will actually start off our next video here, guys, as we unveil basically, I think, the end of the finale at this point, because if you guys remember, there's only 280 miles in this race, and at this point, we are at mile 170. So, guys, we're going to go through essentially 110 miles here. There is 1 pit stop left, and that's right before the final 10-mile stretch. So there's going to be some great action. If you guys have any indicators here of this last little setup here, there was drivers falling off which way. Billy Brett fell off. Mike Dawson, Monica Merrick, Cam Croyle had a problem with the troubles here, guys. This race is on fire. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like in that comment box below there, guys. And of course, again, leave a comment for me, guys. If I see anything you guys don't like, tell me about it. I absolutely want to try to help out and try to make the change here. Again, I thank you guys so much. If you guys want to see anything happen on this series, or of course on any of my channel, let me know here in the comment box below. But once more, guys, absolutely thank you very much. You guys did a great job here watching here. I hope you guys enjoyed. And again, I'll see you guys next time for the finish of the Ice Brew 600 in the bleachers.